don't know.
What if I told you it was used in a murder?
Man, you crazy. I didn't kill nobody. I didn't rob nobody. I never even used a gun. Like the song says, my skin is my sins.
All I've ever heard was a woman carried the burden of a home. She locks up her hurt in her heart and she never birthed the pain. Well, I'm tired. I'm tired in these centuries of pain, torture, and hurt is about to give birth. I'm giving birth to that little girl that got molested at such an early age, where her tender nipples was too small for his fingers to fumble. I'm giving birth to that little girl who was neglected and was told she would never amount to anything. At an early age, she became a domestic servant and learned to fend for herself. I'm giving birth to the negativity that has built up and made her bitter. Because see, no one seems to understand her because her pain runs so much deeper. I'm giving birth to that little girl who struggled with self-acceptance and identity. I'm giving birth, and she will not only know her name, but she will help others know theirs. I'm giving birth to that little girl who was motherless, fatherless, with no structure, no guidance. I'm giving birth, and I'm exposing my truth. even when it hurts my pride. Because you see, the bigger picture is I'm painting a view canvas for other little girls to understand that your well don't have to run dry. Let your not grab a hold of your potential. Let not others build your destiny. Let your beauty shine through who you want to become. Let this world not define you, princess, but define yourself within this world. And when you must walk away from the ones you love, be true. Be true to yourself. Walk away from the ones you love. And I'm about to give birth. I'm birthing you, princess, who had a child out of wedlock, but you who have college degrees and still climbing. You who have birth and identity for yourself that many want to follow. You who have become an inspiration to others. You who came from nothing, but you made it into something. You who thought you were never deserving, and you worked. You work twice as hard. You who receive fan mails and respond to as many as you can. You who have become a Proverb 31 woman. I'm giving birth to you. You're Nathalie Armand, but they will know you as Tico. And you'll never inspire them to their full potentials until you expose your truth. You expose your flaws. Until you expose your human side, your woman side, your childhood side. Yes, I'm giving birth. And as painful as it sounds, as imperfect as she is, the relief is sweet. And her imperfections crown her victorious. I've given birth, and I've birthed the queen. And even when her crown may sit a little crooked and it may even fall off a time or two, her reign will forever shine, even through the darkest hour.
What's good, fam? This is Jobs, and you are tuned into My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. We also live on Facebook, and we are also live on YouTube if you want to check those out. And let me start off by saying, if you are unaware, Afi will no longer be on the show. And I do want to say one thing about that, man. Afi has been so dope over the years, you know. And I acted so childish about the situation after she told me that she was leaving, and I do want to apologize for that to her publicly, because she deserved to be treated like the queen that she is, and I missed the mark on that one completely. I was just an asshole, to be quite honest. But she has taught me so much over the years, and you know what? I just got in my feelings. I really did, you know. I acted like a piece of shit. So, and I'm a cop to that because I'm a grown man. I was wrong. So if you ever hear this today or tomorrow or in 100 years, Afi, definitely love you, Queen. Definitely appreciate everything that you taught me, challenging me to be better, and just being you. The support, ridiculous, and so much more than I could have ever imagined. So definitely appreciate you. And again, your family. If you need anything, I'm here for you. And anyway, we wish you the best. But if you're just not tuning into the show or just your first time or whatnot, we typically don't talk about shit for the first 15 minutes. But I felt obligated to make sure that I definitely showed the honest and true respect that the Queen Afi deserves. So, and I think I can speak for anybody that's ever heard the show over the last couple of years. The greatness that is the Queen Afi. And I don't know. I guess we got one person out there listening. Do me a favor, share the show. I'm trying to invite people now. I try to take the first 15 minutes up to kind of, get it cracking a little bit, spread the word a little bit that we on live. And we got a really, really, really phenomenal guest tonight, the Queen Tico. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. And from what I was able to kind of research, a hell of a story of just perseverance and resilience as a queen. I think this would be definitely a conversation that somebody out there could probably benefit from, and I hope so. Everybody does things differently, as far as what they feel their contribution to our society, so to speak. And what I mean by our society is black folks. And some people, quite frankly, don't feel the need to do anything. But it's a consistent theme with me is that if somebody is doing something, let them do them. Let them stay in their lane and do things according to their talents and what makes them happy. Not everything that every person does will make them happy, but if there's something that they can contribute to our society at large and take some personal benefit from it, they will in turn give more of themselves. So allow people that space to be themselves and to contribute in a positive manner. And I try to stick to that for the most part. I try not to be super. And shout out to Mahogany. Got to shout out Mahogany for hooking up this interview. And I did tell the Queen to call up. I don't know, about 7:15 or whatnot. Yeah, I think that'll be the time. Anyway, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. And typically, what I'm doing is, like I say, I'm just inviting people to the live stream. And if you happen to run across it, do me a favor. And it don't have to be today. If you see it tomorrow or in 100 years, do me a favor. Just share the post. And I definitely would appreciate that. And I'm not sure if Rome is going to be able to make it tonight. It might just be me solo, which I definitely will take. And I'll be showing some of the Queen Tico's pictures throughout the broadcast. And right now I'm just kind of like just showing a little video. And we got a little slideshow in the bottom right-hand corner if you want to check out some of her work as well. I'll blow that up a little bit later once we get her on the show. But she has, man, and let me make sure I pull up the bio before she gets on the show, because she has done some of everything. I mean, like appearing on CNN, to modeling, to, oh my goodness, man, like she's got a phenomenal resume. And if you see the screen now, I don't know if you noticed, but she is bald and phenomenally beautiful. That speaks volumes right there, She's from Haiti. Let me see. She's a singer, actress, model, a modeling coach, and I'm pretty sure that I missed a crap load of stuff. And once she calls in, she can kind of update us on everything she got going on in her world. But she definitely, just like I said, just kind of looking her up a little bit, definitely was very inspirational. So shout out to that queen for the perseverance. And let me inbox you right now, Queen, and let you know we good to go. And, yeah, I did give you the number. All right, we good. So if you out there and you listening, Queen, just call 347-855-8692, and you got to press 1. And we'll get the conversation started off a little, right on time, I guess. I don't know, whenever you call in. And if you got a question or a comment, you can also call up and press 1. And you can also leave it in the live stream if you see one. And I try to get to the live streams as much as possible. And what I stopped doing was using the Wi-Fi. I just end up plugging up the cord, and that made things so much better. And I do believe this is the queen right here on the line. Hopefully with the last four digits, 4023. And if it is, I just want to say it is definitely an honor and a privilege to have you on tonight, Queen. And without further ado, it's Tico Armand. And I hope I said that correctly.
Hey, Joe.
What's good,
Hello,
Queen?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you wonderful.
Everything is well. How's everything with you?
Oh, my good. Man, I got the worst stomach ache. I don't know what that is.
Oh, no. What did you eat today?
Actually, what did I eat? A sandwich and some yogurt, which is so
Probably
unlike
with
me.
the yogurt. If it's dairy, it's probably with
Oh, man. Your boy over here with the BG something bad. I know you don't want to hear that. Oh, all right. And that we're going to file that into the TMI file right there.
Hopefully
how's
before
life,
the
Queen?
night is over, you're good.
Yeah, I'll be good. How's life? How are you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God, I'm good. I cannot complain. Life is, what we make it. I'm doing well. I truly cannot complain. I'm in a happy place in my life and, just taking it day by day. So that pretty much sums it. And then, I live in sunny South Florida, the closest you'll ever get to a Caribbean island. So, yeah. How are you? Besides having a stomach ache.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I went to the dentist the other day, and I had to get some work done. So I'm just now, it's just not been a good week for me. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. However, I woke up this morning. You know what?
Absolutely.
That's life. I woke up this morning. Things will get better. And I'm quite sure nobody really want to hear me complaining.
You know what? I mean, when you complain, who's listening? To be honest.
Yeah, tell me about it. Right. Pretty much spitting in the wind. So I try to keep it to a minimum.
It gets better.
So and before we get started, I want to make sure people, if they want to contact you, if they want to book you for some modeling shoots, how would they go about doing that?
They can always email me info@ticoarmand.com, which is TICOARMAND.com. They can follow me on all my social media outlets. On Instagram, it's I Am Tico. On Facebook, my personal page. Unfortunately, I can't add anyone else, but I do have a fan page, and it's Tico Armand. If you type up my name, you will get my information for sure.
Yeah, that is true. I had to, I was trying to look up some things for the show, so I have a little something to talk about. And shout out to everybody in the live stream. And wow, you have had an incredible life of just perseverance and strength. Like, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be on your show this evening, and for all the listeners out there, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. I hope tonight is an amazing show. I hope tonight somebody pick up something. I hope, something sticks. And I appreciate you for inviting me.
Oh, man, you got me over here blushing. You can't tell, but I definitely appreciate you, Queen. And what I wanted to, I'm one of those people. I like to start from the beginning.
Okay.
And not just the beginning of your career, but the beginning of the person that you are today. Where would you say that beginning starts for you outside of birth?
Wow. In Homestead, a little town. Well, actually, no, not even. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from Haiti. I came here when I was 5 years old. However, we were living in Brooklyn, New York. It was very rough because, it was just my father. My mother was still living in Haiti. It's me and my older sister. And it was rough in the streets of Brooklyn because, of course, we're Haitian. We speak Creole. English language is too heavy for my tongue. And by the way I'm dressed alone, you already know I'm Haitian because I got the socks, I got the dress shoes, I got the bobos in my head. So there's no way, that you wouldn't be able to tell, oh, she's Haitian.
Right.
So I used to get beat up. Me and my sisters and cousins, we used to get beat up a lot for being Haitian. But, fast forward, my father passed away, and we moved to South Florida, and that's where life began. I moved in with my aunt. Life, it was a Cinderella, type of a tale. I was molested, at a young age.
Wow.
I grew up in a church. I faked the funk for many years. But writing and modeling was my escape. But that didn't come until later on down the line. It's so hard when I have to really talk about myself, unless, of course, there's a question, that is asked. But I was always very shy, didn't have many friends. Just wasn't part of the popular crew. But I definitely had a few loyal friends beside me that made me feel like I belonged because I never felt like I did. When I left Homestead and decided to experience life for myself, things started to change. And that's how Tico was birthed, I guess I would say, in a nutshell.
Wow. That's, just that part alone is just incredible. How you go through something like that, being molested, moving, your father passing, and still standing. Getting beat up.
Well, the beat up part, trust me, that was the easy part. I want to believe that for a very long time I was very unhappy with my life. I felt very ugly. I had low self-esteem, and the list goes on and on and on and on. And that's because I allowed myself to remain a victim of my past, a victim of, being molested, a victim of shame, a victim of neglect, of so many things, and when my modeling career was at its peak and everyone started to take notice to, who I was and knew my name and hearing people say, I love you, Tico, or I admire you and I appreciate your work. It was a time in my life where my life was like a downward spiral. Like I had completely lost control, but in the public's eye, I was the perfect human. I was that girl. But
how do you overcome something like that?
Yeah, I was very empty. I was very lost. I overcame that when I decided to change my perspective and no longer saw myself as a victim, but yet, as a survivor, as being victorious, because I was able, to withstand my past and what happened to me. I didn't want a pity party, and I think for the most part that's why, I didn't talk about it to people that were very dear to me, because I had already felt that for myself. Like there's nothing that someone else could have felt for me that I had not already felt for myself, and I didn't want that. I wanted to heal. I didn't want to bring my friends to the pity party for them to feel sorry for me or sorry with me or cry with me. No, I wanted a friend to be able to give me, that strong love. And I know that wouldn't have happened because of my story, So I had to change my perspective. And how I did that is because I love writing, I love poetry, I decided to tell my story because I believe that the things that we go through in life it's never for us. It's for someone else. If you were able to survive it, you have to tell that story, because someone else needs to know that they too can survive. They too, can withstand. They too can, overcome. So I had to tell my story, and I had to let it out, because I realized that it was something that was so much bigger than me, and I needed to give birth to it. And the minute I did that, I felt as free as a bird. I felt like, there was nothing hindering me. I didn't feel the burden anymore. Everything was just so much clearer. I had a better perspective of my life. I was in a happy place, and that took time, that took years. I mean, years, because I covered it so well. I tell people all the time that the best actors and actresses are not in Hollywood. There are people like you and I, you see me and you're like, hey, Tico, what's good? And I'm like, I'm good. Everything's well. And mind you, life may be horrible. I may be at home getting my behind whooped every night by a man. I may be being touched inappropriately, by a family member. However, we've learned to cover it up so well, and I believe that if people started to really be truthful, or stand in their truth, and you'll be like, Tico, hey, girl, what's up? How you doing? And I'm like, I'm not good. You would be shocked, because already you have it in your mind for me to repeat. It's like systematic. It's like we're programmed to say, I'm good, and you're programmed to hear, I'm good. And the minute that I would say something different, it would be like, wait, what's going on? Are you okay? So,
and you know what? We got to listen to people too, because I saw a story of a young lady. She was 17, and this guy just killed her, and she was reaching if you go on her social media, she was literally telling the story of what this cat was doing to her before he killed her, and he had set her on fire, pulled a gun on her. I mean, and nothing. She apparently got no help. She had a restraining order, but that's, he violated that several times. We got to listen
so many
to each
people
other, too.
tagged me. Yeah, so many people tag me in that, and it's true what you say. Sometimes we're hearing you. I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm not listening to what you're saying. And unfortunately, social media has come, it's a place where it's a land of fantasy. It's a land of beautiful things. It's a land of, everything is good. I'm eating, lobster every night. I'm vacationing every other week. And so therefore, sometimes when you want the attention, or when you're really in a situation where you need advice or where you need support and so on and so forth, we don't really pay attention to that. Because it's like, oh, they're looking for attention. They're not really, if you really needed help, why would you put it on social media? Why wouldn't you, this, or why wouldn't you that? So I saw that story today, and I was so taken back, because she's so young, had yet to live her life, and this is what happened, This is what happened.
Yeah, It's just a heartbreaking situation right there, especially since I have daughters. It just really hits home. And I would hope, and I'm pretty confident that they would be able to come to myself or their mother. One of the two of us would say something. And we would definitely go handle that situation appropriately.
Of course.
But let me ask you this. So you got bullied, you used the ugly duckling. At what point do you wake up and you say, oh, shit, I am beautiful?
That took work. I don't think you just wake up and say you are beautiful. Even till today, I'm not going to put up a front. There are mornings I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, and it's funny, when I started practicing affirmations, and that was after I had already told my story of being molested. It was like I was starting all over again. I was unlearning to learn. And I was doing the hardest thing ever, learning to love myself, learning to love the things about me that, I shy away from. my flaws, my insecurities, learning to love my pain because it's a part of me. I can't throw it away. I can't exchange it, So I would repeat affirmations. And at first it was so dumb, I am beautiful. And I would look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? There's some white people stuff. Like, what? And so one morning I woke up and I'm like, this stuff is not working. And I don't know how to make it work. And I said, you know what? This is going to be my last time trying this. And if it doesn't work, we're going to have to move on to something else. And, I believe in a higher power. I do pray, and this is something that I had to pray about. And I remember one morning waking up, and I love to wear red lipstick. Red lipsticks make me feel like a badass, like I'm ready to take over the world and so on and so forth. And I took my red lipstick, and I wrote on my mirror. I wrote on my mirror, you are absolutely breathtaking, beautiful. And I left it there for a whole week. And I would wake up every day, and that's the first thing I would see in the mirror. And I would repeat it. And I would point at myself in the mirror, singing it, until, some feelings started to come into it. Like, yeah, I am. I mean, don't you see? Can't you, And that's how it started to come along, and I started to say to myself, I love your small baby teeth, because I hate my teeth. I hate to smile to show my teeth because they're so tiny, and I would say that, and I'm like, I love this, and I love that. The parts of my body that I'm not really, too comfortable with. I started to say it, and what I did, I started to give those body parts, care, and I really started to feed my soul. Take care of my insides, take care of who I am, protecting that, shielding that, because, as a young woman or as a child, I didn't have that. So I felt now, okay, I have the power to protect that. How do I protect it? I want to protect it. Let me read books. Let me find ways, to be able to do that. I started meditating. I got into yoga. Like, I was basically putting myself in every little different area, places that I am uncomfortable to be in, so I could find me. I can find my niche. I can find what works. And that's how I got to, the point of self-esteem of no return. Like, people look at me and they'll say stuff, and I'm like, hell, sweetheart, you don't know what it took for me to have gotten here. You don't know how many tears I cried. You don't know. So therefore, this smile cannot be taken away. Therefore, this confidence is not going anywhere. It took years to build this. It took years to have this mentality. It took years to, protect and shield, who I've become today. And no one's going to steal that from me. I refuse. I won't give anyone that power to be able to do so.
And that comes across in your pictures too. Like, you just have a like a beautiful strength that I don't recall seeing before. And I post a shitload of pictures, so I've seen thousands. And especially hearing your story and what has happened to you in life, a lot of people would let that sadness consume them, and you can see it. With you, it's like, no, I'm not going to allow that to win, and you can see that strength in every picture.
And it's important, it really is important. It's important not to just be beautiful on the outside, but to be beautiful on the inside, to, be protective of the energies that's around you, what they bring to you, how you interact, who you interact with, your circle of friends, who's pouring into your cup, who is planting a seed within you. All of that matters. Before those things did not matter to me, now they do. I am so in tune with that. I am so sensitive to it.
That's very dope. So At what point did you decide you were going to get into modeling?
Modeling happened by accident, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Because, remember, I just told you that my career was at its peak, and I felt ugly. I had low self-esteem. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just doing, and a lot of women find themselves in that position. You have a lot of models that have very low self-esteem because, they got to keep up an image. They got to this, they got to that. When I moved to Miami from Homestead, I had a guy friend of mine who brought a camera. He wanted to get into photography. And he's like, you know what, Tico? I want to use you as my guinea pig. I want you to, and I'm like seriously? So you want to use me, to get your photography, profession started. And he's like, yeah, just stand in front of the camera. You don't have to really do much, and so on and so forth. And we took some pictures. And he's like, you know what? The camera loves you. Like, look at yourself. And I look at those pictures, and I'm like, ooh, it shows everything about me that I don't want to see. Because whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, the camera will pick it up. People don't realize that, but it will. Whatever is on your mind, the camera will pick it up. And I look at those pictures, and I'm like, I look like I'm shy. I look like I'm insecure. I look like I'm hiding something. I look uncomfortable. I look like I don't even necessarily belong on my body, And so from those
I'm not
pictures,
seeing that. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I am definitely not seeing that.
You're not seeing that
I had to put that out there.
Those pictures. But you know what? That's the thing, and that's what I tell you. No. Just because you're sweating, no one needs to know you're sweating. Just because you've been through the fire doesn't mean you need to smell like smoke. I've been through many fires, but no one would ever know because I'm so smooth with it. I make it look easy. Being an entrepreneur, that shit, excuse my French, is hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? It's so difficult. But I make it look so good, and guess what? People want to quit their 9 to 5 to become an entrepreneur, and I'm like, baby sweetheart, slow it down. Trust me. I just make it look good. But if you're not ready for this, don't jump in. Keep your 9 to 5, okay? Be an entrepreneur when you get off, but keep that 9 to 5 until you save up enough money, all right, to be able to do what I do. Or, okay, when your vision, when your entrepreneurship is making you as much money or doubling the money that you're making in your daytime job, then you can quit. Don't come and just jump in. Trust me. All right? Some days I'm drowning, but you would think I'm doing backflips. Don't do it. So I'm one of those people. I don't necessarily believe just because you're having a bad day, you got to show that you're having a bad day. If anything, you got to flip it. There are mornings I wake up and I'm not in the mood, and I feel ugly and this and that. And guess what I'll do? I'll go on social media. I'll pick 10 random women. I'll go on their wall, and I'll be like, if anyone did not tell you today, let me be the first to say you're beautiful. Let me be the first to say, I love your vibe. By the time I get to 7, man, I'm feeling so good about myself. My attitude done changed. I'm looking at myself, feeling myself. I didn't even take a shower yet. Didn't even brush my teeth, and I'm already feeling like I'm the shit. So
that's so dope.
It's about perspective. It really truly is, and it's about that 5 second. I don't know if you've ever heard of that 5 second rule. Something comes to your mind, you have 5 seconds to go ahead and act. I'm one of those. So
I thought you were talking about the 3 second rule. You pick it up off the floor. I mean, that's a 5 second rule too.
No, I'm old school. There's a 5 second rule. Yeah, there's a 5 second rule. There's a 3 second rule. There's a 5 second rule. Yeah, and so that's my mentality pertaining to that. But as I said, it wasn't an overnight thing. It took a lot of work, and I'm still a work in progress. I'm still a student. I am still learning, about me, of me, my likes, my dislikes. It's a journey. And the only difference now is I've learned to enjoy the journey. I've learned to be patient with, the journey. I've learned to, You know, be like water. If it goes east, I go east. It goes west, I go west. It goes north, I go north. South, I go south. You know, because it makes life so much easier instead of fighting against the grain.
That makes absolute sense, and I probably could use a dose of doing that some more. Let me ask you this though. Your favorite photo shoot, where was that at?
Oh wow, my favorite photo shoot. Where was that at? Huh. It wasn't even a photo shoot. It was a photo. Yeah, it was one picture. You know, when the whole police brutality, crime against, you know, young black men, police just killing our brothers right and left. I'm one of those, you know, they say women are supposed to be seen and not heard.
Mm-hmm.
I am the complete opposite. I am a big mouth. We are going to talk about it. The minute it gets under my skin and I'm emotional about it, I feel like I need to do something about it. I feel like my platform is not just given to me for me to display beautiful images, but my platform is there, you know, for me to speak on these issues as well, because I have people that are following me, and they need to know when there's injustice out there, you know, when things are not working in our favor, they need to know, not just feed them, you know, this fantasy, oh, here I am laying on the beach, and then, you know, our brothers are being killed right and left. No, I like to talk about things. And if I can't talk about it, I am definitely going to have a picture, you know, expressing what it is that I feel. One of my favorite photographers that I like to work with, Joey Rosado, he's out of New York City. He was down in Miami. And we did have a photo shoot set up, but he didn't know about that particular shot that I had in my mind. And it basically is a shot where it's a very ugly one because there's snot coming out of my nose, you know, tears in my eyes. They're real tears, real snot. And, you know, it's the American flag with, you know, a white man's hand just choking me. And I'll find it and send it to you. But that image, you know, when I came up with the idea, and he's Puerto Rican, but, you know, it's like, I'm like, listen, we're about to do something that you probably will feel very uncomfortable, you know, doing, and probably will get a lot of backlash from it. You don't have to post it if you don't want to. However, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm going to post, and this is the picture that I want from you. And he was more than happy, you know, to do it. And that picture went viral. You know, the minute that it hit the net, it went viral. I mean, of course, there was a lot of backlash, which, who cares? You know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, sometimes people are uncomfortable in the truth. But when you stand in truth and you're uncomfortable, guess what? It opens up possibilities, right, for us to grow, for us to see things, you know, in different perspective, for us to put ourselves in, you know, the other one's shoe. And some people can't even walk in our shoes. No one can walk in the black man's shoe unless you're a black man. And I feel the same way for a black woman. You understand what I'm saying? And so, therefore, I'm not just here to be this beautiful young woman taking beautiful pictures. No, I'm here to protect my black kings. I'm here to protect my black queens. And if something's going down and it's not right, trust and believe. You're going to find it in one of my pictures. Trust and believe. I'm going to have a status about it. Trust and believe. I'm going to do a live about it. That's just my personality. You know? So
I like that in you.
If there's any picture out there that I truly, 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 truly am deeply connected, because the thing with me, it's not about a beautiful face for me. It's about the connection for me. You know, it's about how it makes me feel, you know, emotionally. And that picture just speaks to me. That picture for me is so strong in so many ways because it took everything out of me to do. You know, it showed vulnerability. It showed strength. It showed everything that you can think of, every emotion that you can think of. It showed anger. It showed confusion. It showed love. It showed compassion. It showed kindness. So out of all of my pictures, and I have a lot of beautiful pictures, that is the picture that, and it's not a photo shoot, that, you know, I like the most. It was just one shot.
Wow, yeah, you definitely got to send me that one. And I think my two favorite, one was a selfie, just a bathroom selfie. It's like you're not dressed up or anything. It just, like you just like everybody else, just a regular selfie. And another one is you had like a kunta cloth rope wrapped around your neck. If that makes sense, I don't know how to describe it, but
I know what you're referring to. Yeah, I know what you're referring to.
And the queen, I mean, like, you got a gazillion pictures. It's just phenomenal, I was checking out your Instagram. Oh, and what's your Instagram? Let them know what your Instagram is again. Is it I Am Tico, right?
Yes, I Am Tico, IAMTICO.
Yeah, definitely make sure you go check her out.
Delete them. Thank you.
Yeah. And so I'm on YouTube. I look you up, and I happen to see Tico live at is it Buken? I don't know how you pronounce that. Bouken. Anyway, you did a poem.
Okay.
And oh yeah, shout out to Mahogany. She is so dope.
That's my girl.
And you know what? I posted that picture.
Childhood friend.
Yeah, she is so freaking dope. And since I shouted her out, don't forget to go check out emeraldshell.com if you want some jewelry made. She is definitely phenomenal at that. Damn, you done made me. She done inboxed me and made me lose my train of thought, man. I'm gonna have to sue her. It's gonna be $12 and a bracelet. But yeah, those are my two favorite ones. And then so I get to looking at your bio, and I'm like, CNN, BET, MTV, like, what haven't you done that you wanted to do?
Wow. What I have not done, first of all, let me say this. I love modeling, and I'll probably be modeling until the day I die. This it's so programmed in my DNA that I don't even know how to take a regular picture. Well, I think I do, but when people look at a regular picture of mine, they're like, "You're modeling. Why are you modeling?" So it's hard for me to even separate the two. That's how I've somewhat tried to perfect my craft, although there's no such thing. But modeling, to be honest, is an avenue for me to do things that are close.
It feels good when you're around patience, nation, people that can relate to you and you can joke around with and that understands your culture.
And countries to go to, the poorest of poor, and to be able to make young girls, young women understand, their magic, understand their power, give them the zest for life, teach them how to love themselves. Life skills that we don't learn at a school desk, make them believe in themselves, to listen to their intuition, and that's where I get my high. That's life for me. Those are the reasons why I wake up and I do what I do, because there's a greater mission. I don't want to be that model that's just modeling. My modeling has to be with a purpose. Purpose has to be attached to it. If purpose is not attached to it, there's a void. And I can't work like that because I don't have a drive to. There isn't anything driving me. Beauty is not enough for me, So that's what I want to do. I mean, right now, I've taken small steps. Other people see it as, oh, my God, you've done so great and you've done this and you've done that. But I'm so hungry, and when you're hungry, you're humble. So for me, it's like I just started. I'm still at my humble beginning. And I can't wait to see, what's in store, So, yeah.
That's pretty dope.
That's what it is.
That's pretty dope.
Going around and empowering women, making them believe, because I didn't have that growing up. It's like I want to share with them everything that I did not have growing up that I wish I had. You know, I want to be able to tell that young lady that's in high school right now that have no friends, no popularity, that, listen, I was one of those girls, okay? For my 4 years in high school, I never wore anything brand new. Everything I wore was secondhand. Everything I wore was secondhand. I hated when the time came for the new school year, because it was like, oh my God, you know, these hand-me-down clothes from the thrift store, like, that are washed up. Like, it ain't like they don't know that, you know, I'm wearing. I hated to go to school. My hair, oh my God, it was ridiculous. It wasn't until, like, I hit my senior year and I got a little job and I was able to do, you know, little things. But for the most part, every year, hand-me-down, nothing new. I didn't know what that was. I used to look at other kids and admired what they had and wish, you know, this and that and so on and so forth. And I used to be upset, you know, at God, be like, why'd you take my father away from me? Like, you know, I wouldn't be going through this and so on and so forth. But you know what? I would not take a darn thing back because of who I have become today. I'm so secure in who I am. I'm so secure in my path. I'm so secure in, you know, the choices, the decisions I've made, the things that I want to do, that's like, whoa, I had an amazing time, you know, and I would not change anything, not even being molested. I needed to go through that because there is a message that only I can give.
So you wouldn't change that,
women out there. I'm sorry?
You wouldn't change that, huh?
I would not change that. I would not change that because that wasn't about me. I would not change that. And for many years, I gave this individual power. It's like they had my life in their hands, and I had to reclaim that power. I wouldn't take that back because the message is so much bigger than me. I would not take that back because the way that I am able to speak, you know, to other women that have experienced this, I can help them heal. And guess what? They're going to pay attention to someone that have experienced what they have experienced.
That is
not
true.
Someone on the outside trying to speak to them. But if I have already walked that road, I already know the stop signs, the turns, the U-turns, the this and that. You're going to listen to me because I've been there. Baby girl, I have been there. He has humbled my breast that was still underdeveloped. You understand what I'm saying? He has done that, you know? He has lifted up my dress in the middle of the night and I'm waking up and, you know, he's running. You know, so it's like I can provide, I can, you know, give a message to them that you can't give. I can touch him in a way that you can't touch him. And I felt that if God didn't feel like I was the woman to be able to do that I can do it, I wouldn't have gone through that. So therefore, no, I would not take it back. Because my story has helped other women, you know, believe. You know, it has helped other women to start healing, to want to heal, you know, to want to see the beauty in themselves and whatnot. Because I wrote a poem about it and I put it out there. I said, I'm unbroken. You know?
I played that at the beginning of the show, too, by the way.
Broken. I'm sorry?
I played that at the beginning of the show, by the way.
Oh, you did?
I did, yeah. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah. You can check the live stream out afterwards if you like.
Yeah.
Because we live on Facebook and on YouTube. So either way. Yeah, I did send you a friend request, but, you know, I got rejected. You know, we got like 30,000 people trying to get in. So
I used to be able to trick Facebook, well, I thought anyway, where I can go and add someone. Not anymore. Those suckers are like, nope, you've reached your capacity, sorry. And I've deleted so many people, but, yeah, it's a process.
I got to keep all 12 of my friends. You know, that's about all I can.
Oh,
And I do need to remind people that you are tuned in to My Skin Is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. We are also live on the fan page My Skin Is My Sin on Facebook and on the Intellectually Petty channel on YouTube. If you got a question or a comment, the number is 347-855-8692. You got to press 1 to let me know you want to get on air. And tonight we had the honor and the privilege of the Queen Tico Armand joining us, and thus far she's just been just a story of resilience and strength, like a true queen. I'll put it like that. You know, so, and I want to say thank you. Like I definitely appreciate you coming on the platform. Oh man, I do hope somebody, you know, like as I started kind of going through your story, and I was hoping, you know, I do wish that somebody out there will hear this and it'll benefit just that one person. If it's just one person, that'll be a beautiful thing.
Yep.
You know?
Yes.
So you are beautiful. You are loved. You are somebody. You know, and it do sound kind of simple, and it does make me think of Saturday Night Live. But people need to hear that shit. And more importantly, they need to believe it.
Yes, you have to believe it. You can act your way into feeling way faster than you can feel your way into acting, and I tell myself that every day.
That's some real
every day
shit right there.
when I have to go to the gym.
Oh, and I know what she made me forget too about that poem you did. Woo! Oh boy. And I got the video, but I don't have the audio. It was slightly risque, so I didn't. And like it was at that place, and I cannot remember I cannot pronounce the name right, but I got it spelled.
It's
Bouken.
It's Bouken.
Can you say that again?
Bouken.
What's the name of it?
Bouken.
Oh, okay. Where is that at? Because just off of that poem strength alone, I might have to go drive down there and check that out. That's in Florida?
Yes. That's in South Florida.
Yeah, I might have to come check that out. And I had to stop the poem. I'm like, okay, hold on. Let me walk around for a second. And
that's in South Florida.
Matter of fact, matter of fact, if you go to YouTube, I'm like, okay. I know people wonder. Okay, hold on. Go to YouTube, look up Tico Live, and I know I'm butchering the name. Matter of fact, but just put in Tico Live. Matter of fact, go to YouTube, I'm like, okay. I know people wonder. Okay, hold on. Go to YouTube, look up Tico Live. You wrote that yourself, huh? I know I'm butchering the name. Matter of fact, but you put in Tico Live. Matter of fact, go to YouTube. I know it's a lot of guys out there. Go to YouTube, look up Tico Live. You wrote that yourself, huh? I know I'm butchering that name. But you put in Tico Live. Fellas, go to YouTube. I know it's a lot of guys out there. Go to YouTube, look up Tico Live. You wrote that yourself, huh? I know I'm butchering that name. But you put in Tico Live. Fellas, go to YouTube. I know it's a lot of guys out there. Go to YouTube, look up Tico Live. You wrote that yourself, huh?
I don't want to be in a relationship. A lot of people.
I know it's a lot of guys out there.
I don't want to be in a relationship. A lot of people.
I know it's a lot of guys out there. Like if I do it
hearted, trying, losing weight like 1, 2, 3, ain't going to the gym, but you losing weight like nothing, devastated, hearted, questioning yourself, losing weight like 1, 2, 3, ain't going to the gym, but you losing weight like nothing. That road is not devastated. It's not a healthy road to travel to. Questioning yourself, losing weight like 1, 2, 3. Ain't going to the gym, but you losing weight like nothing.
I actually got that issue resolved though.
It's not a healthy
so it's
road
gonna have
to
a
travel.
good ugly 10 minutes in there. So maybe I can fix that. Maybe I can't. My bad. I got like an iPad going on. I got my cell phone going on. I got the computer going on. Oh, and I know what I got going on wrong here. Yeah, my dumb ass. I had the live stream on my computer, the volume on.
Yep. It's all good.
We digital now. We good.
Fix that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we perfect. Yeah, that was great. All right. And who is? Let me shout out some people in the low live stream. Shout out to Wendell. Shout out to Geronimo, and I pretty much butchered your name, Queening Bostic. Shout out to Markel. Shout out to LaRon, Mahogany again. You already know. And to the people in the queue, like I said, if you got a question, you just got to press 1. And where was I? I get thrown off track a little bit. Oh, what do you prefer? Do you prefer photo shoots or runway?
Oh, I don't really. First of all, I am not your typical 99-pound model. I am the real African queen from Africa. So there's curves, voluptuous curves. I appreciate my body. I love my curves. So I am not your typical runway model. Although I have hit the runway, but I rather photo shoots. I think that's where my strength is in images. So therefore, I would say that's what I like to do best. Although I love the mingling at a runway show and just networking and so on and so forth, but I really like building a photo shoot, starting from scratch and getting the inspiration and creating the mood board and getting the makeup artist on board, getting a stylist on board. All of that, like it's so exciting to me. It gets me fired up. It gets my juices going. And so I rather a photo shoot anytime, any day. And to me, it's not work. Where runway, after a while, I'm just tired of those bright lights. I'm tired of wearing shoes that's not my size, but I have to pretend as if it is and make it look flawless. I'm tired of makeup artists that don't know how to work with my skin color, making me but I have to pretend as if it is and make it tired of wearing some design. I'm tired of it's a lot of makeup artists that don't know how to work with my skin color, making me but I have to pretend as if it is and make it tired of wearing some design. I'm tired of it's a lot of makeup artists that don't know how to work with my skin color, making me but I have to pretend as if it is and make it tired of wearing some design. I'm tired it's a lot of makeup artists that don't know how to wear shoes, skin color, making me pretend as if it is and make it tired of wearing some 3 days. It's a lot of makeup artists that don't know how to wear shoes, skin color, making me pretend as if it is and make it tired of wearing some 3 days. It's a lot of makeup artists that don't know how to wear shoes, skin color, making me pretend as if it is and make it tired of wearing some 3 days. Believe. But what I will say is that you said you're too ugly. Let me tell you something. Some of the most amazing models, and I'm not going to use the word ugly because I don't believe in that, have the strangest features ever. And they will take pictures and you're like, oh my God, who is this God that just came from the heavens? Because they look so good. modeling is not about a beautiful face. It really, truly isn't. Actually, the weirder your features, the better. You know,
I have noticed that.
Yes, I'm telling you. You gonna take one of those strange looking models and put one of their pictures beside mine. You'll be like, Tico, you cute and all, but I'm feeling this model right here.
Well, and I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I have yet to see that.
Thank you.
You know, and like I say, like I post a shitload of pictures, especially on Instagram. I'm just one of those people. I just really dig photography. You know, and
nice.
I tend to go for the more sad pictures. I don't know what it is.
Then you don't like the picture with the snot and all of that. I actually put it under your.
I didn't already save that and everything.
Yeah, you gonna like the snot picture, that ugly picture. But I love that picture. But yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a very beautiful picture, by the way. Like, and I don't want people to take it, the wrong way when I say beautiful. But man, just a very powerful picture. Maybe that's a better
It delivers
term.
a very strong message, and
it does.
You know, that's a message I wanted. Everyone that follows me, that's a follower, that admires my work, I don't like to say fans, but my supporters, to be able to see and for them to understand where I stand. If they did not know, which I'm sure, they all should know, but I wanted to make it clear. And I think that picture definitely reassured them, of my fans. As I said, it's a picture that is very dear to heart, and I'm truly connected with, and it's something that we live day in and day out. The injustice, it continues. I tell people all the time, Martin Luther King's dream was a dream written by the white man, and Martin Luther King just had to recite it. Still slavery. The only difference is now we can capture it. We have phones to be able, to capture, what's going on and so on and so forth. Malcolm X was the real revolutionary. That's just my opinion and just how I feel, so yeah.
I don't know. I think they were both revolutionary in different ways. I think Martin had a really good grasp on propaganda, and I don't know that anyone has duplicated that aspect so globally within our community. Him.
Yeah, well, his way of finessing, us, and it worked, but I'm a Malcolm X chick, and that's just my stance. I mean, that's
kind of hot though. I don't know. Can that be hot? I think it can be. That's kind of hot. A Malcolm X chick. I like that. It speaks volumes though, and it's like when people say, I want a ride or die chick, like that's a ride or die chick right there.
I mean, wait, but see, before I become that ride or die chick, I want to know why we riding, where we going, why do I, have to die? Like all of those questions need to be answered, and I have to be okay with the response before I ride or die. Okay, before I ride or die. Okay, so don't get it twisted.
You're like, hold on, before we get in the car, I do have some questions.
Yeah, because you were quick to conclusion. Oh yeah, you're a ride or die chick. No. No, there are questions that need to be answered, and I need to be okay with the answers before I commit to riding. And all of that stuff. But
I ain't mad at you for that though. You should. There should be some dialogue before the ride or die part. Like, why is die part of that, even optional? What are we doing that death may be a possibility?
Exactly. Why? Why? Where are we riding to? Why are you driving so fast? You got to answer those questions. And if they don't fall in line with the things that I believe in, sweetheart, I'm leaving you. Plain and simple.
I am not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. So
Listen,
how did you end up meeting Wyclef?
We have to make.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just saying, as women, we need to make high quality decisions. You know, so if I'm gonna be that ride or die chick, trust me, it's a high quality decision that I have made upon your answers that you've given to me. But in reference to Wyclef, to answer your question, funny enough, Wyclef's younger brother is a really, really good friend of mine. He's an attorney, and we met a long time ago. He lives in LA, and you know, through him, I was able to meet Clef's sisters, and you know, they're my girlfriends, people that I go over their house and we chill or whatnot, and that's how Wyclef came into the picture. Of course, I'm at his family house. It's bound to happen, and ended up, you know, doing one of his videos for him, which was really cool, you know. But he's real cool people, really cool, real cool guy.
Is he?
Down to earth.
I don't know. See?
Yeah.
You know, you read all the stories and shit, and you don't know. Well, I guess over the long term, the way Lauryn Hill, and no disrespect to her, but the way that she has been behaving over the last couple of years, he's looking better and better as time goes on. You know, when you talk about that little situation between them, people took sides.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes a woman goes through something that is so detrimental to her psyche, to her being, that it's hard to shake it off. And I think that's probably, because it's so funny you're even saying that, because one time I auditioned for Lauryn Hill to be a backup singer, but Lauryn just wanted, like, too many things, like too many questions. You had to call her Miss Hill and this and that, and sister was feeling me, and I love Lauryn, but she just had too many rules for me. And yeah, it's too many rules, and knowing me, I was bound to break something, you know. So it was like, I'm not even gonna take the chance with Miss Lauryn. I'm gonna just leave it as is, you know, take her compliment and keep it moving. But you know, she went through a lot. She went through heartbreak, and you gotta understand, you know, when someone's our hearts, they never break even, and they never will. You know, so you don't know how her heart was broken. You don't know if she's still, you know, trying to heal, or if she has healed. From the look of it, she hasn't healed. You know, so
yeah,
she may still have some open wounds. You know, they may stop bleeding. You know, however, those wounds are still there. You know, some wounds just never heal. The bleeding stopped, but it just doesn't heal. And it seems like she went through one of those things. I mean, not to speak on what they went through because I wasn't there. I don't know. However, it seems like, you know, she has open wounds. And there may not be blood, but that wound is still open and it has not healed.
Yeah, she got something going on.
Yeah, I mean, she's just a little being late for every show and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. But I still love Lauryn. Still love her. You know.
Yeah, I just wouldn't buy no ticket, though. I got to keep it a stack.
Me neither. I'll catch it on YouTube. or one of somebody's feed or something like that.
Right.
But I'm not going. She's going to be... She's going to be mad.
Really.
I'm going to be upset. And I'm one of those, when I'm going to a party, I don't believe in that, you know, fashionably late stuff. No. I want to be there before time because I want to be able to know what happened from beginning. I'm not going to say to end because I usually leave before it ends. So that's why I like to be on time or before time. So
I'm one of those people too. But I just can never be late to anything. Like if you tell me the party started at 10 o'clock, I'm that lone dumbass sitting there at 10 o'clock. By the time 12 o'clock come, hey, bro, I'm about to go home, man. What's wrong?
Listen.
Been sitting here for 2 hours. You said 10 o'clock. Don't tell me. If you know me, don't tell me a time unless you really, really know it's going to be cranking at that time.
Like my friends, they'll be like, "Yeah, we're going out tonight. What time? 12 o'clock." I'll stay silent because I already know I'm not going. 12 o'clock. I'm sitting in my bed. Sweetheart, you gotta lie to me and say something. No.
Yeah, that is not happening. Yeah. No, if it ain't starting by 11, don't call me.
Yeah, no.
And even then, it depends on, if I had to work, what the situation is, I might just be tired. I want to sit up and watch a movie with my queen. That's funny, though, like the more you go out early on, I think the less of a need it is. I see a lot of people that's like, you like 35, 40 years old, you want to hang out at the club. Like, what did you miss?
Yeah.
Like, you should have got all that out your system. I'm not saying you can't go to a club, but nobody at 40 years old should be at a club every weekend.
No.
No, that's not a good look. And then you are that old person at the club. Now you done went viral looking a mess on the dance floor.
You're absolutely right. You want me to show you? And I'll be the one to take that picture.
Man, oh my goodness, I definitely would. You wouldn't hear me screaming, but in my head, I'll be thinking, "World Star." Oh my goodness, you are really an easy person to talk to, though. I definitely appreciate that, Queen.
Thank you. I'd like to think so. Don't let my pictures intimidate you. I'm really cool.
It's it's a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a short guy, and I know how tall are you?
5'10".
Yeah, it'd be like you was walking me or some shit. But it really, I tried it once.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's sexy at times for some women. Not necessarily for me, though.
Oh, you got a height cut off?
Oh, yeah, you got to be tall. You got to be tall. Yeah, you have to be tall.
Well, for all my tall brothers out there, y'all hear that now? Plug y'all in.
It's a security thing for me. I don't know. It messes up. Yeah, you have to be tall.
I mean, but you could be short and have like 3 shotguns on you at all times.
If I could see your scalp, I'm sorry. People no.
That's cold.
I can't even imagine it. No.
So you've never dated a short guy?
My first love was a short guy. He was short. Yep. But that's in the past.
He must have just been so horrible that he just ruined it for every short guy thereafter.
He was an amazing guy, and it was my first relationship. The guy that took my virginity, I was 21 years old, and he was amazing. He was absolutely amazing. But, short guys just aren't for me. That was my only relationship with a short dude.
Well, shout out to that guy.
Shout out to him. Shout out to
wherever you at, if you happen to hear this show, bro, shout out to you. You did the impossible.
Yeah, because that door is closed and it shall not be open again. I rebuke that in the name.
Hold on. Our manager is on the line. Let me get him in.
Okay.
What's good, Ron?
Yo, what's good, family?
Yo, what's good, man? Just sitting here, me and Tico, we just chopping it up. Apparently, I'm too. Yeah, we was talking about her aversion to short men. She said if she can't see, if she can see the top of your scalp, she ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's typically how I go, though. You know what I mean? So, I mean, when you tall like that, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it just, you know, I get it. I mean, my ex-wife was 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Was 6 feet tall. So I mean, I get it. Like I like them long legs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh Lord, here you go. You're gonna have to forgive anything he may say from here on out, Tico, because he can be slightly nuts. You know, it's been a dope conversation thus far, though, man. We didn't talk about shit, some of everything. Her career. We didn't even really get into the singing. Like, are you going back to singing? Are you done?
We can skip the singing and go straight to my book, if that's okay.
Let's skip this. Let's do that, dear.
Yeah, singing is. I mean, it's still a part of my life, but not the same. I do background vocals here and there for certain artists, but it's not something that it's something I put to the side. Will I revisit that? I'm sure I will. However, in this period of my life right now, no.
All right. So tell us about the book.
So, I've been pregnant with this book for 8 years now, and the time have arrived to give birth. The title of the book is called Kurejesha. And
say it again.
Kurejesha.
Okay, what's that mean?
And kure is it means to reclaim, to restore in Swahili.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, it's a birth to reclaim and to restore, you know, all that is ours, all that, you know, the systematic society have made us despise about ourselves. You know, it's to reclaim our powers, our riches, our zest, our essence of why we as women are God in human form. So basically this is a coffee table book with a twist. And what I mean by that is never seen before images of myself with no makeup, because I want women to start embracing who they are as they are. You know, be content with what is now, right? However, don't settle, because you know what you want, and you're going to go after it, you know? This book collectively, you know, expresses pain, beauty, vulnerability, strength, love, you know, love for self first and foremost, and love for our kings, you know, our children. It's a book of making peace, facing our own demons, accepting our perfectly flawed physique. It's remembering to remember we too matter. You know, we always did and we always will. You know, it's an introduction to the most intimate and fragile state of a woman. You know, many believe it to be disastrous, but few have experienced the beauty of it. So this is a book that I'm very, very proud of. It took years. I'm excited. I can't wait to share it with the world. I can't wait to share my vulnerability, you know, with the world through my poetry, through my images, and, you know, to see the reaction, to see how people take it, to see, you know, what they get from it, to, you know, it's intimate. And picking up a book, you will feel the intimacy between, you know, you and I. When you pick it up, it's as if I am talking solely to you. It's as if it was a book created just for you, because of how I've been so open to be vulnerable, you know, to be touched, to be smelled, to be misunderstood, to be understood, you know, to share my wounds, to, you know, share my flaws, my imperfection, you know, what hurts me, what makes me cry. Like, it's just everything in a nutshell. And to me, that's beautiful. When you can be vulnerable, it's beautiful. I don't see it as weakness. I see it as strength, because it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of, bravery, a lot of strength to be able, to do such things.
So when was the last time you cried?
It's so funny. Whenever I talk to a guy, that's one of the questions that I ask him. When was the last time you cried? Microwave or oven? What's the
Wait a minute, you actually ask a guy microwave or oven?
Mm-hmm. I need to know.
Is it okay to do both?
See, I gotta pin that down. When you tell me both, you on both sides of the field. I have to think about it.
I mean, but you might cook like tonight, and then tomorrow you want the leftovers, so you throw it in the microwave.
Yes, and you put that leftover right in the oven.
Oh man, you hardcore, huh? That's a tough one right there. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Yeah, I ask the most craziest questions, and they be like, huh? Did not anticipate to be put in such position, but I ask. I absolutely will. I ain't tell you to come looking for me, so here you are. Guess what? Let's start, unwrapping.
That's right.
But the last time I cried was actually yesterday.
Oh.
I cried yesterday. Yeah. I cried in a live that I did on Facebook. Mhm.
Wow.
And the reason I cried the reason I cried is it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? And let's not be mistaken, there's already a cure for cancer. But guess what? It's also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And people don't talk about that, not realizing that 1 out of 4 women and 1 out of 7 men is abused, right? And every 9 seconds, a woman is being beaten, okay? And that's not something that, we talk about. That's not something like, it's like you don't know who's a victim. You don't know who's going through it. And we just go through life just carelessly. And it could be an aunt, it can be an uncle, it could be a sister, it could be a good friend. And so I wrote a poem pertaining to talking about domestic violence. And I've been trying to work with the team to put out a video for it. And I have 2 versions of the poem. Mm-hmm. And yesterday I found out that, this young woman who's an amazing actress in the Haitian community, her husband, who holds power in Haiti to some magnitude, just beat the daylights out of her. And the pictures were all over social media. And, and it's what people were saying. What people were saying that was so disturbing to me. And, having the platform that I have, I don't take it for granted. And I'm the type of person, I'm not going to blast you, I'm going to educate you. Now, after I educate you, if you want to still act like a fool, then I'm going to blast you. So, I got on a live and I started talking about it, and I just got really emotional because the problem of one woman is the problem of all women, which ends in the problem of men as well. And people don't realize it. People don't realize that your first home was in a woman's womb. They don't realize that your first home was inside of a woman. So what makes it okay for you to beat on a woman? What makes it okay for you to place your foot on her neck? What makes it okay for you to bruise her up, for you to mess up her face, to mess up her confidence, to drag her across the floor? What makes it okay? And some people were justifying, oh, maybe she's whoring around. Oh, he gave her a good life, so she shouldn't complain. So wow. It was disgusting. So I had to get on there and I had to speak on that. because it's not okay for me. It's not okay for me as a woman, as a mother, to sit there and just see this and not say nothing. I have to speak up. That's one thing about me. When I am emotionally tuned, when it's something that is dear to heart, trust and believe, Tico has something to say. And people are going to listen, so. Yeah,
wow.
so
I'm sorry to hear that, too.
Ugly cries. Yeah, and it's just right and left. And then hearing that girl story that you were talking about earlier, it's just, it was very sad. So I had some very ugly cries yesterday on live, which was ridiculous. But I'm one of those, I don't care how I look. I'm not one that's superficial where I have to put on makeup before I go live. I have to make sure I look a certain kind of way. I don't have those problems. I stroke my own ego every day, all day, on top of the thousands of individuals that's also letting me know how beautiful I am, which I thank them. But at the end of the day, it's how I feel about myself, and I've surpassed that level long, long, long time ago. So I was on there, doing that ugly cry, and all of that, and telling them how I felt and what's right and how, women, black women are lesser and there's no laws to protect us, and so on. I just went on and on. It was so ugly.
Wow, I hate to hear that.
When's the last time you cried?
Well, really? You asking me questions? They ain't supposed to work that way.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. I am also a host. I host events. I could flip the table any second. So when was you know what? Forget that. Microwave or oven.
I was trying to think, though. I'm trying to think. I think I had a toothache and I cried. I think that was the last time.
Oh.
And I mean, like it was, like, apparently I had an infected tooth that was like all on my nerve, and it was a pain I had never, like, I don't take any pills. I don't like any of that crap. I don't want to go to the doctor, the dentist, none of that. Man, I could not wait to get to the dentist. Like, it was some excruciating shit, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But I have cried with my queen before. On some, let's cry together, that type of shit. We've been through some shit that we cried. Shout out to you, baby, if you're listening.
Hey, shout out to you, Queen. Tears, it cleanses the soul. And I tell people, cry all you want, baby. Let it out.
A strong man cries. I look at it like a coward hides his tears.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. 100%.
And I try to tell the young generation, hey, that's not a big deal, crying. It's when you can't cry that you got a problem.
A big one.
Yeah.
You got issues that you need to deal with.
Yeah. You may want to talk to somebody. I'll listen if you need me to. Email me.
Shoulder right here, baby.
Man, tell me about it. And
let it out.
That's what's such a beautiful thing about you is your not only willingness to give back, but your eagerness to do so. That speaks volumes.
It's important. I think, the people that don't give don't understand how important. It's so funny because I usually go to Haiti and I give away toys. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what's happening in my country and how much some of my people just be getting under my skin, but you only get to be a child once. So I do the Tico toy drive. People send me toys, people send me money, whatever is more comfortable for them. I'd rather them buy the toy and send it to me. But, real people that know me and know what it is that I truly do, they'll just send me money. And I remember this young man, he wrote me, and he's like, I'm so proud of what it is that you're doing. hopefully one day when I have, I'll be able to do the same. And I was so saddened by his message. I didn't even see the compliment anymore that he was given. It's like, wait, when you have, if you wait for that, that will never happen. That's what people fail to realize. I don't have the best, quality of life. I've learned to love what it is that I have, and of course trying to aim for better. And sometimes I'm wondering, like, how these bills going to get paid? They looking at me, I'm looking at them, they rolling their eyes, I'm rolling my eyes back, like, what's up? But that's not going to stop me. I mean, a $5 that's not going to stop me from giving. I'm the type of person, it's like, for me, if I have a plate of food and it's two of us here and I know you're hungry, I'm going to share that food with you. My stomach is going to be full. But if I eat that food by myself, I'm still going to feel like I'm hungry and I need more. When you give, you receive. It's foolish to think that when you give, you don't get in return, or now you're lacking. Someone that is smart, someone that has, the mindset of a wealthy individual, of someone that's rich in spirit, rich financially, physically, emotional, you will understand. When you give, you receive. And you don't receive what you gave. You receive 10 times more. And not that that's why I do it, okay? I think God, at 5 years old, I knew that part of my destiny is to feed the soul of women. And I absolutely love it. But let me tell you something. When you give, and I do it here in Florida. Actually, I have not done something in a while where I'll go downtown and I give to the poor. Like around this time, I get them blankets, I get them socks, and so on and so forth. And after I do it, it feels better than an orgasm. It feels better than an orgasm. It fills a void.
I don't think I've ever
you.
given anything that felt that good.
Man, it fills a void inside of you that most people don't even know they have. And that is the truth. You don't even know that void is there. And it humbles you. It humbles you in a sense where a lot of things that you take for granted, a lot of BS that you do, to show off to people that don't like you anyway, don't even matter. Just to know that you were able to fulfill the basic necessities of someone that is less privileged. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, I'm like,
clearly.
Go ahead and bless this girl named Tico, so she can do more. But I love it. I really do. That's my high. I sleep better at night. I love it.
Wow. And it's crazy. We got like about 10 minutes left. And I meant to ask you, what's Haiti like? I've never been there.
Haiti is beautiful. After my father passed away, my father didn't want to be, buried in a white man's country. He wanted to be buried in his country. So I went to Haiti for my father's funeral, and I never went back because, when you listen to the media, when you allow them to program you and all of that, you will lose your culture. You will lose who you are. And I started to lose that. And what brought me back to Haiti was because I was in a singing group, and we had to go to Haiti for some performance. And I was like, oh, my God, we are going to that country? Like, I may never make it back, from the stories that I heard. And I went to Haiti, and I fell in love. I swear to you, it is a hidden treasure. The beaches, the food, the culture, the people, it's beyond my wildest dream. I love my country. It's one of those places you can just be. Like, it's real freedom. Like, a little goes a long way. The people, you'll fall in love with the people because they treat you so well. They make you fall in love with them that you'll want to come back. So Haiti is dear to my heart. But, I don't just want to do for Haiti. I want to do for Jamaica. I want to do for Barbados. I just want to be able to go, to the Caribbean, to Africa, and just give back. Just give back. Give back what I've learned. And, plant a seed in these young women, livelihood. Make them believe. Make them see past their circumstances. Make them see past their circumstances and make them see their opportunities. And for them to be able to, to grow and become that.
That's a beautiful thing right there.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful thing. And I do want to say how much I truly appreciate you hanging out with me for the evening. It's been a beautiful conversation.
You're all right. You're not too shabby.
I'm all right. I like that in you, Queen. I try a little bit. I try. I ain't doing nothing but running my mouth, and listening.
You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to the others.
You got a dope story, though. You man.
Thank you.
And what I'm gonna end up doing is I'll probably delete the YouTube live stream and just upload it again because I don't know. We had about 10 or 15 minutes of me screwing up, and I want people to be able to hear your complete story because it needs to be heard by somebody, and I know that to be true.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, and again, thank Mahogany for hooking it up. Because I had seen your picture before, and I'm like, yeah, we got to get her on the show.
That's my girl. That's my childhood friend. We grew up together. It's amazing to just reconnect with her, and it's crazy because she's been sharing my images, didn't realize it was me. She just knew it was a familiar face. But, we've been writing for a good while now, and it's great to have people like her in your life because, it's all about nurturing and growing. And I'm just proud to be, part of that tribe. Feels good.
That's so dope.
It feels good when you can show off your friend, when you can brag differently,
That is very, very, very true. That's so dope when you can show off your friend. I'm going to have to use that one day.
Absolutely. I'll show off my
don't be surprised. Oh, you ain't going to see if I post it anyway because we ain't friends. I ain't going to bring that up
Man,
no more.
I got to go. I'm going to reach about 10 people just so I can add you.
And before we shut it down, is there any last words, and let them know how to get in contact with you again, the whole nine?
For sure. I don't like to come empty-handed. I like to actually, show up and leave you with something. So there's actually this piece in my book that I want to share with you as a Black king. I want to share with all the other kings that are listening out there and with the women, because I'm going to be speaking on behalf of us. So I'm going to share this piece with you, and then I'll say my last words, if that's okay.
That works for me.
All right. So basically it is a letter to our Black man. It is a letter to you as a Black man. And it goes like this. Dear Black man, wait, give me 1 second. As I sit here to tear a piece from the pages of my heart to you, I want you to know you represent the intimacy and essence of a Black woman. Let these words I speak tattoo the tablet of your heart as I express to you why your existence should shatter any doubt in your mind of being unworthy to give and receive love, respect, appreciation, honor, and loyalty. You are capable of greatness, a weakness in many who are against you. See, from your rib cage, life was given to us, a symbolic representation of the most vulnerable, delicate, protective, yet one of the strongest part of your body. We will collapse before allowing anything to happen to you, to your heart. That is why we stand front and center to protect, nurture, build, and strengthen you. Life makes no sense without you. Without measures, we will give our last and go to war with no hesitation for you. We weren't meant to give or go through life alone. Time and time again, it is you we choose. It is you we love. It is you we believe in. And it is you that's our source and shield of protection. Through your eyes, we believe in fairy tales. And we believe within your arms is the only safe haven for a Black woman. Thank you.
That was dope. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that was a dedication to you and all the other Black kings that are listening to the show tonight. I appreciate you guys. To all the queens that are listening, I appreciate you guys. It means a lot to me. Before I go, I wish for you the ultimate understanding of, your own powers. I wish for you heightened ambition, influence, and treasures of your mind, soul, and spirit. Thank you for tuning in. It was such a pleasure to be on the show tonight. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for sharing, a part of you with me. Investing a bit of you with me. It's not taken for granted. I hope this is the beginning of something amazing, something beautiful. And until then, you can find me on social media, Tico Armand for Facebook. I am Tico on Instagram. I'm hardly on Twitter. My website is under construction because of the book. I'm redoing everything. And hopefully if you have a hosting event, you have I don't know, seminar, whatever, you want me to come and speak, you want me to come and host, I am your girl. I do a little bit of everything. I'm a Jamaican. I'm not Jamaican. The Jamaicans wear many hats. I'm a Haitian, so I'm Jamaican. Yeah, and that's pretty much and that's pretty much it. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness, man! I ain't laughed this much in a minute. I do appreciate that, Queen, and I appreciate you too. And yeah, definitely. Hopefully, this is just the beginning of something beautiful. And for those that tune in today, tomorrow, and 100 years, make sure you share the show and leave a comment somewhere. Oh, and it ain't Skype. We on something now. I can't remember. I know we on iTunes. I know we on Stitcher. I know we on, what did we just get on today? Spotify. So go to Spotify and you can check out the show too. Yeah. Actually, just look up My Skin Is My Sin. You'll find us and check out the website, myskinismysin.com. And without any further ado, we usually end the show with a song. Let me see what we're going to play, if that's cool with you, and we'll be out. If I can find something.
All right.
And don't forget to keep in contact there, Queen. Got me all tongue-tied.
Most definitely, you too. Thank you so much. Play some Lauryn Hill.
All right. Well, I was, but that song didn't show up tonight.
You're shy.
And you know what? Since I got you here, you know what? We're going to end up with some Tico.
All right. Thank you.
All I've ever heard was a woman carried the burden of a home. She locks up her hurt in her heart and she never birthed the pain. Well, I'm tired. I'm tired in these centuries of pain, torture, and hurt is about to give birth. I'm giving birth to that little girl that got molested at such an early age, where her tender nipples was too small for his fingers to fumble. I'm giving birth to that little girl who was neglected and was told she would never amount to anything. At an early age, she became a domestic servant and learned to fend for herself. I'm giving birth to the negativity that has built up and made her bitter. Because see, no one seems to understand her because her pain runs so much deeper. I'm giving birth to that little girl who struggled with self-acceptance and identity. I'm giving birth, and she will not only know her name, but she will help others know theirs. I'm giving birth to that little girl who was motherless, fatherless, with no structure, no guidance. I'm giving birth, and I'm exposing my truth, even when it hurts my pride. Because you see, the bigger picture is I'm painting a view canvas for other little girls to understand that your well don't have to run dry. Let your not grab a hold of your potential. Let not others build your destiny. Let your beauty shine through who you want to become. Let this world not define you, princess, but define yourself within this world. And when you must walk away from the ones you love, be true. Be true to yourself. I'm in labor, and I'm about to give birth. I'm birthing you, princess, who had a child out of wedlock, but you who have college degrees and still climbing. You who have birth and identity for yourself that many want to follow. You who have become an inspiration to others. You who came from nothing, but you made it into something. You who thought you were never deserving, and you worked. You work twice as hard. You who receive fan mails and respond to as many as you can. You who have become a Proverb 31 woman. I'm giving birth to you. You're Tico Armand, but they will know you as Tico. And you'll never inspire them to their full potentials until you expose your truth. You expose your flaws. Until you expose your human side, your woman side, your childhood side. Yes, I'm giving birth. And as painful as it sounds, as imperfect as she is, the relief is sweet. And her imperfections crown her victorious. I've given birth, and I've birthed the queen. And even when her crown may sit a little crooked and it may even fall off a time or two, her reign will forever shine, even through the